malicious people. So I will step in here in the beginning. First off is that the neighbors have left and their dog has started barking like this every time they leave recently. So unfortunately there will be barking throughout the video. And so I would suggest, like, if it does bother you, the sound of barking, you go to the end and see my conclusion to the video, the summary, because this does have a summary for you guys. Keep in mind, it's not my dog, so I can't go over there and comfort it or anything. It might bite me, and also that's just a bit rude to go try and shush a dog that isn't yours. So again, sorry, and I hope you enjoy it otherwise. Let's begin. Alright, my delicious people. So, has the meta changed when it comes to single target weapons? I will answer that kinda sorta definitively with a little bit of math as well as a demonstration on regular targets, but keep in mind when it comes to acolytes, I currently think that the Karak is not a very good thing to show it on, especially since bullet hoses tend to give too much damage auto-tuition to be able to take it out. Unless it's a secondary, which seems to do a lot more direct damage. But today, we're mostly going to be focusing on primaries, since they are the ones that tend to be the ones that basically run the meta due to one extremely important factor: Hunter Munitions. And the reason for that is because Hunter Munitions has a guaranteed bleed proc, and most people fight against the Grenier, right? And because you're fighting against the Grenier, or any target that has armor besides a boss, they tend to value this more than actual direct damage. So let me display what that is like. So we have 6 crewmen, but we're gonna go fight these guys right here. Hit them in the face. There's the slash proc and the viral. There we go. There we go. And there we go. So let's go fight these crewmen. Show you what it's like to fight them. We're gonna hit the body just because they are just crewmen. And we're gonna go and show you what is usually, according to at least the people I know, what is the meta against them. But currently this is the meta against Grenier. There we go. And this is why. It's very impressive to look at. Doing nothing and then doing something immediately afterwards. Especially for something like that. Which is why I do believe that secondaries are a little bit unfairly modded, or at least invested in when it comes to the creators of Warframe. So this one right here is the current meta against Corpus. Essentially, since Corpus don't take bleed procs very well, you actually want to make sure that you do direct damage instead, or a different status effect. Well, honestly, it's actually pretty great to use magnetic and viral, but you can't usually have it on the same weapon unless you use a Kuva weapon, which tends to get magnetic and viral, which is very, very good. It's essentially the same build, but we are forced to mod for viral, as well as the fact that we do not have we do not have Hunter Mumu on here because it's a little bit redundant. There we go. That's a headshot, and this is a body shot. Much faster. Technically a headshot, but you know, don't worry about it. When it comes to these guys, hit them in the head, and you're doing direct damage, and actually pretty great until you go to something like this. Yeah, it's not too impressive when you look at it like that. And to these Greniers, shoot them in the body to show that it's very much a difference when it comes to that. And as you can see, the slash procs took it, and because the slash procs are available even without Turn to Moo Moo, it is still pretty viable against them as well. So let's go and show you the current craze, which is cold. Cold is a very interesting situation. It's good against both, technically, as long as you can keep Frostbite up and build it similar to a secondary, where you build it for Frostbite. Keep in mind, I do only have 7 cold, so I do have to do a little bit of MacGyvering right now. I am going to basically figure out a way to get this going. Actually, what is it? Stormbringer? Yeah. Okay, so it's corrosive. Do 21 infected clip. Where's the infected? What is the? There we go. Toxin. Now we have enough status to essentially make it to where the cold is a little bit higher, because I don't have a 60%. But let's see what the difference is. First off, let's blast these guys again. Shoot them in the body. Oh my goodness, body shots. So if you want to do direct damage, it seems like this currently is the new meta, because it works very well on both factions. And of course, the other guys too. Infested. Infested, it's actually quite great, and especially on Deimos. Definitely a new meta when it comes to that. Keep in mind, you're gonna want to use the weakness of the enemy, and these guys take radiation. Well, I would build for Acolytes anyway, because it's not too much of a difference. Alright, my delicious people. So, what is my summary on the new meta, quote unquote, or specifically the new meta for single target direct damage, right? Well, that's actually quite simple. It's Hunter Moo Moo will always be king, because if they were to change it, they would have a max exodus from the game, and that wouldn't be very great, would it? So they're definitely not going to be doing that. But when it comes to direct damage or corpus killer specifically, as basically all around like doing everything, then that is very profitable, pun intended, to use cold and the weakness of the enemy. So definitely invest in that. So what is my verdict? I will keep the cold one, because the cold one fits my playstyle, especially with the Kuva Karak, as my Stradivar Prime does more damage anyway, and I managed to make it kill faster than the Kuva Karak with the same exact setup. So, yeah, there's that. Besides, I like the Stradivar Prime better, so, yeah, that's just me. So, I will leave you there, and I hope it was entertaining. If you want to see general Warframe content, click on the box on the right. If you want to see some builds, tips, and guides, click on the box on the left. If you want to go shopping for your own content, then click on my profile. And I will see you in the next one. Good night.